Deep breath. Yes, I can ground a little bit. Welcome. I'm going to be starting in a couple of minutes. Just want to make sure that the technology is working. Hello to anybody who is now joining me. Hello, good evening. Happy Wednesday. Hump day, right? I really like Wednesdays. Wednesdays, I get so much work done on Wednesdays. That's probably the most productive day of the week for me. Yeah, it is. I tell you what isn't or was never a productive day for me, and that was Mondays. I hated Mondays. And so that's why now that I'm a entrepreneur, Mondays is my off day. So that's the day that I give myself even though I still work a lot of Mondays, but that I do like really light work on Mondays. So Monday is like my day off. And I don't take any clients on Mondays. Like that is the day that I'm just, doing little stuff. But anyway, greetings if you are joining me. I know I'm in the space a couple of minutes early, and so I just wanted to come in here and again send you the link. I'll put the link if you want to have your have your name and um, have your name placed with your comments. With your comments in the stream. Might as well say it and type it at the same time. Need to have your name placed with the comment. Yes, yes, yes. So, greetings. I'm going to go back to the stream studio space and see if anyone has joined me. Welcome, welcome. And so, we have a couple of minutes before I get started. I know it's pretty late in Central Standard Time. I know I talk about this every time I jump on, but I'm still, believe it or not, I'm still getting used to the whole time zone change thing for me. I'm coming from Chicago. I just moved from Chicago to here in September. So here is Arizona in September. And so I haven't been here a full year yet, but I've been in Chicago all my life on Central Standard Time. And so yeah, this Mountain Standard Time is kind of different. I'm trying to get used to it, y'all. I'm trying to get used to it. But like I said, it's kind of hard because I still have the vast majority of my clients in the Midwest and on the East Coast. And so, yeah, I got to figure out how to get more clients out here on the West Coast. So, if any of my viewers have any thoughts or ideas on how to get me plugged in Arizona or California or on the West Coast, please shoot me an email. Yeah, because now that I'm doing a lot of work online, it would be nice to have a following out west as well. I started Journey to Wholeness Center in the south suburbs of Chicago. Yeah, as a brick and mortar for all of you all who don't know, I had a very beautiful physical location in Oakland, and then I moved. There was a fire in the building. Long story. Some of you already know the history and the backstory, but anyway. And then I established another spot in where was that at? And it was near Joliet. I'm drawing a blank, but anyway, in the southwestern suburbs, I established a spot, and then I made the move out here to Gilbert, Arizona, which is where I reside now, happily reside now. I love being here. I love the sunshine and the weather. That might change within the next few weeks as it gets warmer and warmer and we start entering the summer season here. I hear it is pretty brutal, but we'll see. We will see. So I hope you all are having a wonderful, wonderful week. Um, it's just been a lot of shit happening. It seems to always be that way. It seems like as soon as we are able to find our breath, something else happens to take our breath away. And so I'm sure a lot of you all have been feeling that for quite a while. That feeling of having your breath, taken away. Like as soon as you get comfortable, you hear about, mass murder and tragedies and abortion laws and just it's just a lot of stuff. We're being inundated with so much trauma, so much tragedy, so much um, dissension, so much confusion, so much negativity, so much insecurity, so much instability. Gosh, it's just a lot going on. And so I want to hold you all in my heart in this moment, um, and invite all of us to hold each other in our hearts. The one thing that is everlasting and that sustains all of it is a sense of community, and building community and love. And I think we have gotten away from the interconnectedness, the connections that we have. We've become a very individualistic society, and it shows. We don't look out for our neighbors. We don't look out for our loved ones. We don't look out for our elders. We don't even look out for our children. Our children are losing their fucking minds, and we're just kind of turning a blind eye. Um, Being self absorbed and self consumed. And so I just want to hold this space in my heart for you all. And again, invite you all to hold space in your hearts for everybody that you are in some way, shape, or form connected to. And so I think I am going to get started. Welcome if you are joining me via Facebook group or on my YouTube channel. If you are on the YouTube channel, please like and subscribe, as I have found myself over the last few months putting out a lot of content, and that way you'll get notified as I put new videos and put new content out there. So please like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. If you all don't know, if you're on Facebook Live and you haven't visited my YouTube channel, please do so. It is Kimberly J, Spiritual Teacher. Hopefully, you can do a search on that and it'll bring you to my YouTube channel. So, anyway, good evening, good evening, good evening. I have quite a bit that I want to talk about or to build about, as I normally do in this space, in this Wellness and Wisdom Wednesdays, Ask Kimberly J space. And so I welcome you. I thank you for joining. If you are joining me live, greetings. If you are joining me on the rebroadcast, greetings for you as well. At any point in time, please add any comments that you may have, comments and questions, because I do go back and check the comments box quite frequently, just to check and to just to check in to see if there are some comments, questions, or thoughts about anything that I talk about. And so I'm going to check my phone one more time and make sure that I am in fact live. Let me check. It's sometimes hard to find my groups on here. Okay. All right. I'll give you all, I got a couple of people, a few more people joining. So I'll give you all about a minute or so. All right, let's get started. Greetings, welcome. And so tonight, I want to build and I want to share on this topic of courage and chaos because I feel like we are in some I don't feel it, I know it. I know it to be true that we are in some very chaotic times. And it is so um, important for us to learn how to tap into the energy of courage. I think it becomes so missed. It becomes missed on so many of us because we live lives where we are distracted or we are focused, primarily just on survival or just day to day existence. And so that thought, that energy of courage, we don't consciously tap into it. And so the concept of courage in itself, it really has been on my mind and in my heart. And I've been thinking about it as of late. Like what is it? What does it feel like? What is it, that thing? And the reason that has been on my mind and heart, to be quite honest, is because sometimes I think about the work that I do. Sometimes I think about me leaving corporate America, me leaving a six-figure paying job and starting the Journey to Wholeness Center and the actual, energy healing work that I do, the actual scholarship work that I do. And it's out there in a way, but it's so needed for generational healing, for universal healing, for self-healing. I'm so passionate about that. But at the same time, I feel like I'm on the margins a lot. Like I'm an outlier. Like, is people really listening to you? So it takes a lot of courage to be in this space and to hold this space. And I was thinking about this a lot, over the last few weeks. Like sometimes you feel isolated, sometimes you feel like your work is in vain. Sometimes you feel like people aren't really listening. Sometimes you get frustrated because even when people are listening, they're not necessarily doing the work to help heal or to help themselves. Or again, you turn on the news and it's just dooms, more mass shootings, more destruction, more. My sons showed me this video of these black boys in downtown Chicago fighting and the police and just all of this, and you'd be like, what the hell am I doing this work for? But it takes a lot of courage to be able to do it anyway. It takes a lot of courage to say, I don't know why I'm doing this. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm just going to do it anyway. And so when we think about courage, often we think about bravado or having some type of trait that only comes as a result of major trials and tribulations in our life. And so tonight I want to build more on a more radical, heart centered approach to courage, one that isn't reactive. Where we have to find courage, and more that is proactive, where we embody courage and we push it forward in all that we do. And so the courage I'm speaking about is courage of the heart, courage of surrender, the courage to deviate from fear and status quo thinking and living, the courage to change, the courage to remove our comfort zones or to divest from our comfort zones. The courage to man the fuck up and change the rules of this capitalistic, very heinous capitalistic game called life. The courage to live unapologetically in your truth, rooted in who you are and why you are. The courage to be the change you want to see and make a difference in this world, especially in the midst of chaos, especially in these chaotic, disconcerting times that we are experiencing today. And so that's what I want to build upon: finding, leading, building courage. Greetings. I am Kimberly J., spiritual teacher, scholar activist, master healing practitioner, and founder of the Journey to Wholeness Center. And I am here in this virtual sacred space to provide you with tools and resources to empower you on your own unique journey to healing, wholeness, empowerment, and wellness. And I welcome you to Wellness and Wisdom Wednesdays. Ask Kimberly J on Live. So, in this space, we'll begin as we do with each time we are together in this space with a grounded meditation, with a grounding rather meditation. And I always, no matter again, if I'm doing healing circles, if I'm doing classes, if I'm doing workshops, if I'm doing one on one healing sessions, I always begin by some type of centering or some type of grounding because it allows us to go within, to hear deeper, to hear on a deeper level, to hear wisdom and guidance and truth, our own unique truths with our hearts, with our hearts. Sometimes, we're constantly inundated with messages, bombarded with external messages. And so it really helps us to center and to ground and connect, to connect with ourselves and to connect more fully with messages, knowledge, wisdom that is in alignment with us and for us. And so, after we do a brief meditation, grounding meditation, I'll share my wisdom teaching of this week or for this week with you. And when I do the wisdom teachings, most of the time they come to me in the form of spiritual downloads from my own personal lived experiences, current events, or possibly, as I've mentioned before, some of my scholarship and research work I may bring into this space. And so, lastly, I will open it up for questions, and you can ask me anything as it pertains to the discussion that we just had, or anything as it pertains to your own personal healing and wellness journey, relationships, partnerships, career, money, etc. I am an intuitive healer, and I pause because using that word healer, I have yeah, I'm always looking for a new word in lieu of healer because to be quite honest, I'm only a healer of myself. And so I say I facilitate healing, but healer is quick, that's kind of the quick word you say. But I facilitate healing for others. You have to do your own work. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to do your own work. And so, as an intuitive, I can help you do your own work, but it's still your work to do. And I can do that by tapping in to your higher self, your spirit guides, your masters, your teachers, whomever is talking to me at the moment. I can tap into that and provide you divine guidance and wisdom. So let's get started. So, as I said before, I want to do a grounding meditation, and it'll be brief. I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep these meditations brief, but I know sometimes I get carried away. But you know what? It's not even me getting carried away. It's all spirit. It's all good. I'm just here to provide the space to be the vessel, to be the channel. And so I now, with that said, invite you to close your eyes. If you are driving, please do not close your eyes, but you can certainly still partake in this meditation by listening to the sound of my voice. And so, as you begin to close your eyes, just allow your body to soften, drawing your awareness to your breath. No need to manipulate it in this moment. Just follow the natural rhythm, the natural ebb and flow of your breath, paying attention to the way it begins to soften your body, relax your body. And just allow yourself to sink into wherever you are seated or standing, allowing yourself to be fully present in this moment. And then take a deep breath from your belly, bring it to your heart, and then softly exhale it out. Another deep breath in from the belly, bring it into your heart, and then softly exhaling it out. And one more deep breath in from the belly, bring it into your heart, and then softly exhaling it out. And now I invite you to take your left hand, again, if you're not driving, and place it over your heart, and then your right hand on your belly. Your belly is your place and space of personal power, your inner sun, your place of courage. Take a deep breath in, and then envision as you exhale, energy moving from your heart to your belly, and from your belly to your heart. Just allow yourself to sit in stillness, feeling the energy as it circulates in your power center. Continuing to breathe. As we begin to activate this power center, allow yourself to awaken to this moment, feeling empowered, feeling nurtured, feeling in control of your personal power, your personal destiny, your personal energetic blueprint. Notice what you are feeling, sensing, perhaps hearing or seeing. As you cultivate this brief activation of your solar plexus, your inner sun. And now take a deep breath in, heart. This time, open mouth, exhale it out. Allow your hands to fall back to the side. And you can begin to slowly make your way back into your body, coming back into the space very gently, very compassionately. And I'll give you a moment just to come back. And again, as we're in this space, you can, if you're watching the rebroadcast, definitely pause and take a moment to write down anything that may have come to you or anything that you felt or you experienced that you want to perhaps, go back and review or remember. It's very, very important because sometimes, and not all the time, not every meditation is going to be, the sky opens up, the angels start singing, you get all of these messages, all of these downloads. That's not going to happen with every meditation. but you will get what you need in that moment. And sometimes in meditation, we need the stillness, we need the peace. We just need our bodies to settle. We need our central nervous system to settle. Sometimes in meditations, we do get answers, we do get wisdom, we do hear things, we do sense things. And so, any and every time that something comes to you during meditation, just write it down. Keep track of it, and perhaps you want to go back and research or ask more questions. And this is definitely a safe space to do that. If you want to ask me any questions or thoughts in terms of what came up for you in meditation. Sometimes colors come up, and I can give you wisdom and guidance on what the energies of the various colors mean in relationship and relation to you. And so we can build upon that. So thank you for joining me in that meditation. And so this evening, I want to build on how we can embody an ethos of courage. Yes, courage in the midst of chaos. So, chaos can be defined, and I looked this up, as behavior that is so unpredictable as to appear random, just random, crazy ass behavior. It's also defined as the formless matter that is the predecessor to creation. So it comes as no surprise to anyone that we are truly living in the midst of chaotic times. We are witnessing behaviors all around us. We're witnessing it in the media, in our homes, in our schools, in our churches, workplace, everywhere. People are losing their freaking minds. And it could be best described as insanity or bipolarity or just erratic behavior. And in some cases, it really is scary as fuck. So unpredictable, so unprecedented. So we are certainly in the midst of experiencing universal destruction, which can be viewed as that formless matter that I just spoke about, which is forcing us to create and begin anew. So these times are causing many of us to seek and find courage, that big C word, courage, required to transform, to heal, to evolve, to change our circumstances. And if we don't, we're going to further face the consequences of death and destruction. So if you want to see different in the outer world, you want to see a different outer world, you got to do the work to create a different inner world. And that requires a hell of a lot of courage. Courage to leave those toxic relationships and partnerships, courage to be present, to be a present parent to your children, courage to get the mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual help you need, courage to rebuild your communities or create new ones, courage to say, fuck that job. I need to take my talents elsewhere where I can help heal myself, those connected to me, and society at large. Courage to honor your calling and divest from the oppressive systems. The oppressive systems that we're all under. It takes a lot of courage to just say, fuck that. I don't have to live this way. I don't have to do things this way. I can do something different. I can go back to school. I can learn a craft. I can do whatever it is that spirit is moving me to do if I can connect to spirit. If I can go within. If I can decouple from all of the distractions. So until we put those cell phones down, turn off that TV, put down the bottles, the blunts, and the pills, stop feeding consumerism, and minimize our distractions, we'll continue to experience the fear, the mass pain, and destruction that chaos brings when we are not courageous enough to stand in its midst and to transform and to heal and to create anew. And so, our outer world, looking at our outer world, it truly is a reflection of each of our collective inner worlds, whether we want to believe it or not. So, if you're disgusted by what you see out there in the world, have the courage to do something different in your own world. It doesn't have to be a huge thing, you know? Just leave the toxic situation that you got at home. Because of course, if you're living in an at-home environment that's toxic, you're going to project that out in the world. And then you got other people projecting it and other people and other people, you know? So don't hold on to status quo beliefs and thinking and the boredom and the distractions and the stagnation and think that it is someone else's job to save the world. So it's not enough. It's not enough for you to just sit and pray and click a sad emoji or carrying a emoji and write or forward a post, share a meme, and then go back to your regular scheduled mindless programming. And so I invite all of us to stop saying things, stop saying stuff like things must change, something needs to happen. We need this or that. We need it's the Republicans' fault, or it's the Democrats' fault, or it is this person's fault. So find the courage. Shut up. Okay, okay, I get it. We all get it. You know, shit is fucked up. It's a mess. We get that. But talking about it constantly, incessantly talking about it, posting about it, putting memes about it and emojis about it without rolling up your sleeves and doing anything about it to change your own home, to change your own corner of the world is part of the problem. It's not doing anything. Absolutely nothing at all. Because if you can't change what's going on in your inner world, if you can't change what's going on in your own home, with your own families, with your own children, with your own parents, then it's nothing that you can do in the outer world but continue to project the toxicity that you have going on in your inner world. And so you got to have the courage to deal with that stuff. And if you have the courage and begin to deal with that stuff, it'll enable you, it will free space for you to do the bigger work out in the world that needs to be done, out in community that needs to be done. Knocking on your neighbor's door, making sure your neighbor is okay. I saw this video. In fact, LaShondra, my dearest friend LaShondra, if you're on here, that video about, and this happened on the south side of Chicago, where a woman had been held captive in an abandoned building, tied up for weeks. And do you know that neighbors, people, kids in the neighborhood heard her yelling and banging and nobody did nothing? Like what happened? What happened to us as a community? What happened to us as a society? You know, where we cared about each other, we cared about our neighbors, we cared about our communities. And so we have to fix that. We have to remember and fix our own brokenness, but also to build back our communities. And so all this talking and posting, and I can't believe somebody shot up all of these kids, and that person could have been your neighbor. You could have known that that kid was crazy, but you ain't gonna say nothing and you ain't gonna do nothing. You know, and so we got to stop. We got to stop, pause, stop right where you're at. Stop right where you're at and do your work in order to heal yourself, to heal your families, to heal your communities, to create anew, to divest from oppressive structures, divest from all of the distractions and the noise. It is unrealistic to believe or expect that the very systems, the people, the experiences that are making us sick will ever give us the medicine. So you have to have the courage to be and seek your own medicine and then share that medicine with your families, communities, and the world at large. Look, at the end of the day, we all gonna leave this planet. We all gonna die. but you get to choose how you live and how you create a life for those generations that follow you. We are not well. Our children are not well. And all of that begins within our homes, within ourselves, within our bodies, with our own very being. And so I have a few things that you can begin to do for yourself to build courage in the midst of chaos. The first thing is resist fear and control of your mind, body, and spirit by getting healthy. So when our minds, bodies, and spirits are not healthy, we look for distractions, we self medicate, we just tap out. And so I challenge you to get healthy, get your mind healthy, get your body, your physical healthy, eat right, think right, sleep right, get some sleep. Not getting sleep will drive you crazy. I promise you, get some sleep. Begin to nurture and cultivate a lifestyle that is grounded, that is balanced, where you are nurturing yourself, where you are making decisions for yourself that honor your mind, your body, and your spirit. The second thing, meditate. I cannot express how important that is to begin some type of practice of meditation, of just stillness. And that is solely for you to be able to seek and find answers from within. Again, there's too much external noise. You got information coming in from social media, information coming in from the TV, information coming in from movies, information coming in from your friends, information, all of this information. We're in this big information age, and it is driving us mad because it's so much stimulation. And so it's so important to cultivate a practice of meditation, even if it's 5 minutes a day or 10 minutes a week, where you are listening, you are going within, you are listening, and you're learning to trust the divine, still voice within you. So you can seek and find answers from within. So you can listen, listen, listen. Listen to your higher self, your ancestors, your spirit guides, your angels, your Christ consciousness, and on and on and on and on. I always say that prayer, and we're pretty good at prayer. Everybody's always, prayer, prayer, prayer is very common. But I always say that prayer is asking, it's petitioning. But meditation is listening. It's receiving the answers, it's receiving the wisdom, it's receiving the discernment, it's quieting the fears. So that's the second thing, cultivate a practice of meditation. The third thing is divest. Y'all, we got to get free. Remove yourself from toxic people, experiences, situations, companies, habits. You got to get free. You have to divest. And the fourth one is invest. And not invest financially, invest your energy in yourself, your healing, and in finding and building communities, helping others. We have got to get back to community. We have got to get back to the collective, but we can only do that if we're doing the work to heal from within. So we have, and that's an investment. It's not just going to happen. Healing just doesn't happen on a whim. You have to be conscious about it. You have to invest the time and the energy into wanting to do better, wanting to change, wanting to transform. And again, first within you, then within your families, then within your communities. And if we are all doing this, it helps the world at large, you know. And so I want to open it up now for whatever personal thoughts or questions that you may have. I'll go to the restream just to see if anybody is on. Anybody asking any questions? Hello. People are joining. You are listening in. So please, please, please ask me questions. Ask me questions. Hi, Tina. I see that you are on. Thank you for joining. Anybody else have thoughts, questions? Thank you for joining. Thank you. Give you all a couple of minutes. Any more comments? Like I said, sometimes I can't see all of the comments in the chat. And so I want to leave you with this quote from Maya Angelou. And I put this in my Space for Spirit newsletter for my journey members. So courage is the most important of the virtues because without it, no other virtue can be practiced consistently. So just think about that. So if you want to continue this discussion or something has been triggered in you and you want to talk to me on a one-on-one basis, please email me at kdavis@journeytowholeness.org. Or of course, you can always put comments in the box. And we can talk more specifically about your own personal situation. Excuse me. Or you can always go to my website, journeytowholeness.org. Also, I have a new Journey to Mindfulness offering where I have a whole library of my custom guided meditations that address whatever it is that you are going through. And so in the description box, I'll put a link to the Journey Mindfulness library and you can preview it. You can preview some of the meditations and some of the newsletters and things that I have out there. So I thank you for sharing this space with me. I'm sending you love and a lot of blessings. And I will see you next week. Remember to hold space for courage. I love you all. Have a great week. Thank you.